Hi guys, it is week 12 of the NYC Vloggers Challenge, and right now I am vlogging from Noren's room. As you can see, his room is a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. Today I am going to talk about the 6 myths about autism. Well, is he like Rain Man, or that's what people know about autism? And to be honest, that's what I knew about autism when my son was first diagnosed. But it's been about 8 years, and believe me when I say that my son is not like Rain Man, and I don't think I've met a person with autism who is like Rain Man. So no, just because someone has autism, that does not mean that you can take them to the casino and count cards, nor if you drop a box of toothpicks, will they be able to tell you how many toothpicks you dropped? Not happening. The second myth is that people with autism like to be alone. He does. He does have problems, with socialization and making friends, but that does not mean that he likes to be alone. He likes playing with other kids. He likes spending time with us. Yes, he does go off on his own. He does become overwhelmed if, in a big group setting, but if it's one-on-one, he does really well with other children. So the myth that kids with autism like to be alone, that's really not true. They do want to have some kind of interaction. Another misconception is people are always kind of surprised when they see how bright Noren really is. In many ways, he does struggle academically, but he is a really super smart kid, and many of our kids, many kids with autism are really bright. I think this misconception comes in because so often people don't think that Noren has a lot of language. So they assume that he knows less than what he really does. And that is, I know he is a bright kid, and I know that many kids with autism are really, really smart, and they have a lot to say. Even when they're nonverbal, they still have something to say. Many times behavior is, their language. It is how they get their point across. So just stop, wait, listen. Another myth is, unfortunately, is that autism is the result of bad parenting. That we're not being strong parents, that we are kind of enabling our children's behavior, and that's just not true. Autism is can be hard to deal with at times, but that doesn't mean that autism is, my fault. That doesn't mean that I'm not doing my job as a parent. I never use autism as an excuse, but, unfortunately, I have been judged because of my son's actions, and they just believe that, it's not really autism, that it's me, it's my fault, and kids with autism, they're not the kinds of kids that, get it on that first try. They may not even get it on their second or third try. It takes time for kids with autism. So what's really needed is patience and not judgment. So another myth is people with autism do not show any kind of affection or emotion. And that is bananas to me, because I know so many kids with autism, and they are some of the most affectionate, loving kids I've ever met. So that's not true. That not all kids with autism just lack complete emotion. My son, gets it. He understands when I'm happy. He understands when I'm mad. He understands when I'm sad. And he, in moments when I am sad, it's really sweet that he tries to comfort me. He understands that I'm hurt, and he wants to help me. And I think that takes a lot. That says a lot about him. So, and finally, the sixth myth, that's kind of hard. The sixth myth, but he looks so normal. I remember when Norn was first diagnosed, he was about 2 years old. And so many people would say, but are you sure he has autism? Because he looks so normal. I mean, well, here's the thing. Autism doesn't look like anything. You don't look at somebody and say, oh, he looks like he has the autism. It doesn't look like anything. You know, my kid looks normal because you know what? He is normal. He's normal for him. He's normal to me. You know, atypical is our normal. We don't know any other way. So, yeah, I mean, kids with autism, they look like any other kid at the playground. There's some things, you know, I can look at some kids and say, oh, you know, I think that he may be on the spectrum, but that's because I know what to look for. I know the signs of autism. I know what autism looks like. But if you don't know what autism is, then you won't be able to tell. I mean, that's just it. So there they are, the 6 myths about autism debunked. I'm going to link the original article down below so you can read it and read more, because I just kind of touched on little things. But yeah, I'm going to link the original blog post down below. And for more vlog prompts for week 12 of the NYC Vloggers Challenge, those are also going to be linked below, or you can find them on the blog Atypical Familia. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.